Hola amigos, me encuentro en el CERN, el acelerador de partículas más grande del mundo hasta la fecha, aquí en Ginebra, Suiza. El día de hoy vamos a hacer una visita guiada y posteriormente vamos a realizar una entrevista a uno de los científicos del grupo. Acompáñanos. Para este día nos acompaña Cedric, un estudiante de doctorado que trabaja en el CERN, a quien le vamos a pedir que nos cuente qué es precisamente todo esto.
Hi, so I'm Cedric. I'm working at CERN as a PhD student. So I'm working for CMS, which is one of the two large detectors that we have. So there's Atlas and CMS. So basically they do everything. So they can search for the Higgs boson and study new particles and search for dark matter, which is what I'm doing. So I'm searching for dark matter in the data coming from the accelerator itself. So at CERN we have many different accelerators. The main one is the LHC, so the Large Hadron Collider, which is a 27-kilometer accelerator, so underground, 100 meter underground. And the main objective, is to do collisions between protons. So we collide protons and then we see what happens. So we produce new particles and then we try to observe new particles. So for example, like 7 years ago, they discovered the Higgs boson, which was expected to be there, but finally they discovered it. So this was a huge confirmation of the theoretical model that we had. So now the LHC is still used. It's going to be used until 2040, more or less, and hopefully we can discover new particles because we're still searching for them, such as dark matter. So for now we don't really have a hint of a new particle, so hopefully we can do it, but it's not really looking good, so hopefully we can do it. But anyway, there are plans for next accelerator, so which might be a 100-kilometer accelerator underground at CERN as well, so here in Geneva. And this will increase the energy by a factor of 10 more or less, so we might be able to discover new particles, because if you increase the energy, then you have more energy to produce more massive particles. So that's the current plan. So until 2040, we're going to use the LHC and then maybe another accelerator to discover new particles, such as dark matter or anything else.
How does the CERN operates exactly?
So there are 12,000 people working at CERN. Mostly people in physics and then engineers. So there are a lot of PhD students just like me. So we come here, work for 4 to 5 years, and a quarter of PhD students, and then we have teachers and everything that work in their own university, and they come here a few weeks per year to exchange with other physicists or anything. Because usually you work with people from another country, and the only way we can see them is at CERN. So you come here a few weeks, you work with them in your analysis, and then you try to search for new particles or whatever it is that you're doing. So usually you come here a few weeks per year, sometimes a bit more, a few months, but usually you don't really live here. You just come here to work. That's it.
Sure. What are you expecting for the future in terms of discoveries and so on?
We don't really know. So we know the Higgs was supposed to be there, we discovered it, and now we don't really have a clue, so we don't know where to look. There are many thousands of theories of new particles that might exist or not, and we have to search for all of them, and that's not easy to do because we have no idea where to look, so we have to look everywhere. Hopefully we can find something, but it's not looking good for the moment. We are going to increase the energy to be able to produce more massive particles, but for the moment we didn't see anything. So maybe with the next accelerator with 10 times more energy we can produce 10 times more massive particles. So maybe we might discover dark matter, supersymmetry, or all of these kind of theories that have a strong basis but were never actually confirmed. So that's what we're trying to do, discover new theories.
What are the applications that you can use, in which you can use the discoveries of the
So the new particles that you discover, usually you don't really use them directly. So the Higgs boson that we discovered, you cannot use it, at least not today. What you can use is the technology that has been developed to discover the Higgs boson. To discover the Higgs boson, we use powerful magnets that we didn't have before and that can be used in medicine to cure cancer. The web was built at the beginning for CERN, so that was a way to exchange information. At the end, it got exported and became to start the internet that we know today. So usually the new particles that you discover, at least today we don't use them. Maybe someday we will find a way to use them. but we use the technology that has been developed to discover these new particles. That's what we can use in usual life, in medicine or